Well, I sat down in the office one day, drinking my latte, getting ready to look for some cotton candy discs on eBay, and got a couple notifications. Cade and Hatcher both hit me up and said, "Have you thrown the new ropes yet?" Hatcher says, "I'm gonna love it." And if Hatcher and Cade are telling me to check out a disc, you know I gotta go check it out. So Hooligan hooked me up with 3 different discs. Now, the reason why I even decided to review these is because my current bag, I've got 2 rocks and a pyro. Shout out to Jackson for actually picking out some ridiculously cool cotton candy themed discs for me. We've got the hard plastic, the vision plastic, and we have the Primo rope to throw today. I hear they fly a little bit differently, and that's what I want to figure out is, well, first off, what does it compare to? I do have my 4-claw Buzzz, which everybody throws the Buzzz, so how does that compare? And then I've also, based on hand feel, grabbed an MD3 and an MD4 because they're super close. Well, I said I wasn't going to do many disc reviews, and then you guys went crazy with the Boca and the engine. So we're going to do more disc reviews, but only ones that I think are interesting, which I have a couple special ones today. If you saw Jay Millie's latest video, he goes through basically the retooling of the rope from Hooligan Discs. This is a company that's local here in DFW. Yeah! The rope was one that I wished was more overstable. Most of the Hooligan lineup, the dime and the cash are incredibly good, but I want to see what this new rope is all about. So let's find out. All right, let's throw the rope first. I'm gonna throw the vision one. I got it right to left as well. I'm gonna try to just put it in the middle, not throw these too hard yet, just to learn flight numbers. Straight, pushing, super glidey. Great finish. I mean, that's like kind of the ideal spot for the little up and down on the 3. Hopefully it wasn't in the way either. Let's try the Primo. I mean, guessing on the shape of this disc with the biggest dome, I think this will be the glidiest, but also the most overstable disc. So let's try to do that same line and land in that middle spot. Yeah, that has glide for days. I would give that a 6 glide. All right, let's compare it to the MD3. Pretty similar flight. Pretty similar too. A lot pushier. Oh my gosh. All of these mids are gonna end up like right next to each other. Okay, let's go back to one of the ropes. This is gorgeous. Now, with it being flatter, I think it's gonna have a little bit more right movement, maybe a little bit more left. Usually with flatter discs, it's more left and right. If it's base plastic, I'm guessing this is gonna be the most understable flight with the rope. I also wanna try some forehands with it today. Flip to flat, now it's just pushing so straight. Oh, that's good. It is nice just to get a benchmark of how all these different discs fly. This is the MD4 from Discmania, the closest hand feel to the ropes. That's probably a little overstable. Yeah, I would say that MD4 is definitely more overstable than the ropes. So first impressions, walking up to get these, I think they're all gonna be pretty similar in distance. It's wide enough that I can power grip a 5-speed, which my hands are massive, so I normally can't. There's a lot of promise to it, especially with the sure grip one being a little bit straighter. That could be a deadly combo in my bag this season. I think we did a decent job here. I'm trying to get a comparison of all these discs. This is the sure grip one. I guess it went the furthest. We had the 4-claw MD3. I think that was the first rope I threw. My pyro ended up here. This is the vision one. And here is my MD4. It was the most overstable. So now that I've thrown 4 discs to compare these 3 with, a little touch forehand to see how they hold up. I would say hand feel definitely is the closest to an MD4, like an Innovate MD4. It's pretty similar in flight to the MD3, but the MD3 has a bead, the ropes don't. So that's why I think it's more of an MD4. And it definitely is more overstable than this Buzzz. I don't think the Buzzz is the best comparison. I really think it would probably be this MD4 right here. To try to put it simply, I would slot the rope in stability between an MD4 and MD3. So it's an MD 3.5. We'll go with that. I think it's a really interesting disc. I like the overstable finish, and the little bit of dome gives it so much glide.
Cool.
Also putting with dimes today. These feel very good. Now let's go throw them through the tunnel and see if we can lace this gap on hole 18. So I think for a tunnel shot, I'd probably grab the Sure Grip rope. I don't think it's gonna be quite as overstable. I think we saw that in the first throw. Not bad. It actually did turn a little bit, flipped up, and we got a putt from there. I think after seeing how much glide it had, I'm gonna try to see if I can get there with just these mids. Actually might end up left. Oh my gosh, has so much glide. We are deep on the first throw. All right, let's do that primo next. Let's see which one gets CTP. Ooh, where did that come from? Huh. I want to flip a little bit on me. I'm going to actually hyzer flip this one. A little bit on hyzer with the Sure Grip. Oh my gosh, I love that flight. A little bit of pop up there. Go in. Dude. So that one, as soon as that's PDG approved, I think I might have to just go in the bag. Let's give the MD4 a comparison here. You know, it has a micro bead on the bottom. That's the only thing different. Maybe that's why it's a touch more stable. Same exact profile. That was a really good pull. Go in. God, could you imagine hitting an ace? That would be sick on this hole. Vision was the closest to the pin. We've got the Sure Grip and we've got the MD4 back here. See if we can get a C2 birdie here. Oh my gosh, it banked it off and in. That's amazing. All right, let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Swing. Nope. Sometimes I feel better step putting from 36 feet than I do normal putting from 32. That's pretty good. Ooh, I hit the pin. That dirty roll away. We'll still make that putt. I'm gonna forehand putt it in. Haha! Nice. Let's go. This is a tough one. It's a tunnel shot, 380 something feet, par 4, water on the right. I do not want to lose this disc. I'm gonna knock on some wood real quick. We'll see how it handles a tree. Okay, took a couple tree hits, some concrete without much problem. Push. Hey, we got a putt for birdie. So after several holes, throwing these and getting used to them, here's my thoughts so far. I'm gonna play maybe a couple more holes. My favorite so far is the Sure Grip rope. I know it's not gonna be the most durable plastic there is, but if they can make discs that look like this, they're gonna sell a lot of discs. And I think this is more comfortable for forehands. Like just a straight, like a hex type of forehand, I think that could be interesting. These two are their premium plastic ones. I didn't get a glow rope, which I do want to try. Champion plastic just feels a little bit better in my hand, especially in Texas. It's already, the sun's been beaten down on this disc. So it's just slightly gummier than the Vision rope. If I was going to give this flight numbers, I mean, I would probably put this at 5.60, 1.5. And I'm usually not a 1.5 kind of guy. Like, I don't think it's really that relevant, but I'm like, okay, this is like the first disc that it's not a 5602, or maybe it is, but it's definitely not a 5601. Has a little bit more finish out of the box. And I have a higher arm speed compared to a lot of AM players. So I don't know, 5.5, 5601, 5602, somewhere around there, I'm guessing is where these flight numbers come out. But really cool. I would put these two in my bag for that like 5-speed slot that I just don't have, and I've been searching all off season to figure out what was going to go in there. Got some decisions to make before I can decide what my in the bag is this year. As you guys watch this hard plastic, beautiful flip up forehand shot, I will be at Disc South. Hooligan is dropping the ropes right there. So if you want to go pick one up, stop by the Hooligan booth on Saturday.